Hey guys, it's Brendan Borman back from another 270 video. Today I'll be trying President Biden for the first time, taking on Hillary Clinton. Good luck to George Davis, my opponent, who is playing as Hillary Clinton. This is a 1-minute timer, and for those of you who have not seen President Biden's stats, he is one of the most overpowered, strong, attributed candidate inside the 270 game. Let's take a sneak peek. 30% African American, 20% high tech, 20% manufacturing, 30% swing states, and really only a penalty in that oil and gas and the national groups, which is non-consequential, especially in 1v1 matches. And so, how do I want to start? Really, I could zero spend here and let Hillary kind of dictate and just kind of go off of her and see how Biden does in a race. You know, if those big bonuses really will stack up. But Hillary, even though she's not the best candidate, her numbers are actually pretty good too. 25% African American, 25% high tech. And so what I'm going to do is gonna double pip into Florida. Of course, swing and African American are 30%, and so Florida becomes very important for both. Looks like Hillary is going to zero spin. So hopefully George is actually playing. Otherwise, this video is going to be the most boring video of all time. But let's go ahead and enter into Ohio, Wisconsin, and New Mexico. Now, sometimes like the single pip. This time I'm going to double pip just in case this is someone who's watched my videos before. And if they invest, at least I will not clash. But instead, it looks like they are going to go into Massachusetts, probably New York and Utah. So 29 plus 6 plus 11, that does equal 46 EVs. So there it is. So it looks like Hillary is going to get the town and gown bonus on the end of turn 3, and I will get the swing state bonus at the end of turn 3 also. So we're both on schedule. I'm going to have a little bit of extra cash, 150. Sometimes I like to save that cash. I can double pip California or Texas. But in this case, I'm going to open up in the Old South states, classic Old South, and really contest for those high-tech states of Virginia and Maryland. So it looks like we did clash in Virginia and Maryland. I'm going to use all of my swing state money in Virginia, and I'm going to go for the Old South bonus. So we should have a 2-to-1 bonus advantage should he not overspend to take a state like a Maryland or most likely a Virginia. Could Hillary pivot over to California? It's possible. I also think that she could open up in Pennsylvania here. With the states that she currently does have, Pennsylvania would give her the high-tech bonus. However, I'm also going to contest New Hampshire. So with my swing state money, that 130, that would be a direct race, town and gown versus the swing state bonus. But I did not have to enter into Arizona. And so that's a state that I'll definitely be in, but by not investing there, that'll save me a little bit of cash. I can maybe spend in Virginia, which is uncontested. So that's the end of turn 4. That's going to be the Old South bonus. So Biden does have a 10% Old South. So that does equate to $55,000 per turn. Definitely adds up when you are going for that African American bonus. And so I'm going to use my swing state money to lock Virginia and also open up into Pennsylvania, more of a defense. It's okay if my opponent wants to lock New Hampshire. I'm also going to open up into all these Old South states to give me the option of Old South, but also Indiana and Kentucky in the manufacturing. If I were to get all of these manufacturing states without having Michigan or Texas, I would still get the manufacturing bonus, and 20% is a great manufacturing bonus. There is the California double tap from George, who is being played by Hillary Clinton, and it looks like that will permanently set Hillary up for high-tech, really, but really it sets her up for Latino if she's able to maintain Arizona and get either New Jersey or Illinois. You know, she's not very far off from export if she were to get Illinois as well. So Illinois is going to be a very important state here. So what I'm going to do is go up in some of these Old South states, but also Illinois, so I can make sure I get that African American bonus. I'm not going to be able to get the manufacturing bonus this turn. And last second, I think I'm going to hold off in Arizona. So if I could max it there, I don't mind a clash using all of my swing state money. But since I can't, I think that there's a good chance that Hillary maxes it, which she does, and so that would have been a complete waste of money. Instead, I will roll all of that $140,000 of swing over to the next turn, and I'm going to have about $270,000 of swing. So if I want to invest that all into Pennsylvania, for example, that's going to be a really big battle, that high tech versus the swing states that she just got on that last turn. So she got high tech, we got African American. It is 3 bonuses to 2, with the Old South, of course, being the smallest bonus. But turn 7, I'm going to pressure into Michigan, and I'm going to go ahead and go up into Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and get that manufacturing bonus. Now, I have a little bit of money that I can use in AA and Old South to defend in Maryland, and I'm going to go ahead and take a swipe at New Hampshire, open up into Iowa, and I just get that move in Pennsylvania in. Definitely would have been a heartbreaker if I didn't, because everything really relied on Pennsylvania on that turn. So I don't mind the preemptive defense in Illinois, just talking about how important that state is. So now I have $857,000. Hillary is also sitting on quite a bit of cash, over $780,000. And so she does have quite a bit of high tech. She could make a flip here in Pennsylvania. She also could defend Michigan. I usually like to be on the attack more so than the defense, but in this case, I'm going to prioritize getting into Texas. So no one got into Texas last turn. That was really kind of borderline scandalous, because so many bonuses in the game really is relying on Texas. Whoever gets Texas is going to have a clear advantage. And so I don't want to overspend. I may lose my manufacturing if I don't spend here in Pennsylvania or Michigan, but then that would give us a clear edge in Texas. So let's see what happens here. Pennsylvania does flip. So maybe could have used my swing there and prevented this, but what's going to happen is I'm going to lose that manufacturing bonus just for a turn. And then I'm only going to have enough to go up 1 in Texas. So my opponent can also go 1. I now pressured New York. And so having that AA versus high tech, that could be something where she has to decide. I could also lock Maryland, but I think I'm going to risk it for 1 turn. And I am going to, I think, just get basically where I can go into Texas. So 200 in Texas. Let's let all that other cash accumulate. Maybe I can make a play for New York if it's not defended. Potential bonuses, if I'm able to get like oil and gas with a Colorado and an Oklahoma, I could be looking for Latino with a Nevada or a New Jersey. And so there is 38 EVs. I do have the inside track now to Texas, which is maybe a slight overthinking there by my opponent. And now I can double Texas if I want to. I could also lock Maryland. I could single and maybe set my opponent up for a trap, maybe try to flip something. But Pennsylvania, one of the biggest prizes, is already been locked by Hillary. And so I have this $400,000 of swing. Maybe I should have used it, but again, it's just there to help me protect Florida, help me protect Ohio, North Carolina, Wisconsin, really make sure I get Colorado and New Mexico. Maybe not the best, most efficient game I've ever played, especially now that I'm letting Iowa go, but it shouldn't matter as I'm able to double tap into Texas, and Hillary does spend $200,000 of what looks like pure cash to contest me in Texas. So that gives me back the manufacturing bonus, which is $90,000 per turn. It also gives me $50,000 of agriculture, which is underrated, especially when I have to defend states like Illinois. I'm not facing pressure in Florida right now, but that's a great bonus to also have. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is open up in Colorado, open up in Oklahoma. I could do Nevada and New Jersey to also make a play for Latino, but what I'm going to do is just low spend, see what my opponent does. He might get defensive in Michigan. He might get defensive in New York. He can't get me anywhere that's consequential. And even if my opponent goes for a ballot, there's not quite 100 EVs locked in, and I would still have enough time and enough bonus funds to enter into all those states before the ballot. So I do like where we're sitting. I'm going to open up now in Nevada and New Jersey, but really, if I just get my oil and gas, that's going to leave me with $383,000 of pure cash. But look at that African American bonus, $520,000 $1,000. I can go up past Hillary Clinton in New York, and there's nothing that she can do about it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm not really going to overthink it. Just get that bonus. I am not going to spend my manufacturing, my agriculture, my Old South, or my swing state money. It makes it harder for my opponent to track, but also it's a 1-minute timer, and I'll need to have as much money to enter into those states. So there goes New York, flipped by 3. We go up in Oklahoma, and it looks like that Hillary does match us in Texas. So that's interesting. That should actually, it does take away town again. That actually should bring a ballot. So Latino and oil and gas do go to us. Oh, excuse me. No ballot because the other states weren't entered into. I was thinking that that was something I normally do, and it is. However, I just talked about why I did not do it. Makes it harder on my opponent. I did not know if she was going to pressure me or try to force a quick ballot. And so now I'll enter into a couple states. I thought about it too late, so I'm not going to have enough time to force a ballot this turn. But man, look at these bonus funds starting to add up. Swing, I'm going to have almost $1 million of swing states, and we're on turn 14 right now. So pretty crazy. Looks like we have a 0 spend here. Is that a forfeit? Probably. Texas is secured. There's the forfeit from Hillary Clinton. Good game to George. And yeah, President Biden is a very strong candidate. He is probably top 2 or 3 inside the game besides crooked Hillary, maybe Michelle Obama. But I'm really liking playing with President Biden. Let me know in your thoughts what you think of the new candidate. And don't forget to check out my Twitter and my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button if you have not. And until next time, this is Brendan Borman saying I'll catch you guys in the next 270 video.